Here we have Imperial Bedrooms by Bret Easton Ellis, the sequel to Less Than Zero. And I have to say this, Less Than Zero was alright. It was nothing special, but this, as a sequel, is lackluster, subpar at best. Right? Imperial Bedrooms is whatever. Most of the story, of the plot lines, of the characters are whatever. The quality, the standard is low, and perhaps this is so because, of course, we are dealing with the LA Hollywood entertainment scene, and perhaps this is the author's intention for this thin novel to be lackluster, cheap, superficial, I guess, is the word to describe it. So we follow Cliff, who's now an adult in his late 40s, I guess. He's a Hollywood big shot, whatever. He is still the same, bitchy, whiny, milksop type of guy that he was when he was, 18 in Less Than Zero. So nothing has really changed with Cliff. He is exactly the same, but in another aspect, he has gotten worse. And we'll get to that eventually. You will get bored with this novel. You will daydream. You will be lost in your thoughts. Essentially, you will zoom out. Because nothing really of essence happens here. Right? Like I said, the cast of characters are one-dimensional. Even our protagonist, Cliff, even though he is a part, he is one level above the rest of the cast, even he is, a bit lacking. Right? And when it comes to the story aspect, right? Here is what drives the story. What should keep you engaged? What should capture your attention? What should get you immersed? Cliff comes back to LA, to his home. He goes back to his apartment, whatever, and he's paranoid, of course, for whatever fucking reason. And he gets these bizarre anonymous messages on his phone, and it seems like in the apartment things keep being moved around, like somebody's there, somebody's searching his place, he's being followed by cars, whatever. And this is one aspect of the mystery. Who is this anonymous person that keeps messaging Cliff? And then the other thing that should keep you engaged, the other mystery, is this character, Rain Turner. I forgot her other name. She has two names. And there's this, this conspiracy afoot. There's this mystery around this woman. And for some fucking reason, every dude is infatuated with this woman, and they go crazy. And there's this suspense, because you don't really know what's going on. There's something going on with this woman. She's involved with shady people, with groups. A lot of people, they disappear, they get kidnapped, they get tortured and murdered. And then, these, what you might call them, snuff videos of these tortured people, they just come out of the woodwork online. So you don't understand what is really going on. What is, the string that has everybody tied together. What's really going on here? We never find out. We got Cliff, and then we got Rip Miller, and then we got this woman, Rain Turner, and then we have this, I don't know, this posse of kidnappers and murderers and torturers and the cartels, and they're all involved, and you don't really know. And I guess by the end, you don't really have a grasp of what has been happening behind the scenes. There is no major revelation. You don't really know what the deal is in any sense. You just know that something fucked up is going on behind the scenes, and we're never told. Now, a lot of readers may be fans of, show don't tell. Yet again, in this case, myself as a reader, I would have loved to be told certain things about what's really going on, in the background. We're shown snippets, subtle, and you can't put the puzzle together, right? And I still don't know why everybody's so infatuated with this rando, right? Who is, plain and superficial just like everybody else, right? And I'm gonna say what really interested me in this novel, in Imperial Bedrooms. It is Cliff, because I really didn't understand the cover. Why does our protagonist have horns? But it's obvious if you read the novel. Cliff, my guy, is the real villain of this story. He is fucked up. He has become a true monster, devil, whatever you want to call it. I mean, he exploits people, mostly women. He blackmails them. He takes advantage of them. He promises them, parts in his movies, and in return for, sexual, services, whatever. And he never delivers. And in this case, with this Rain Turner, or whatever her name is, that everybody's so infatuated with her, like, he keeps promising her these roles, and when she doesn't want to gratify him sexually, he blackmails her, almost threatens her that, what, if you don't do this, if you want to leave, guess what, you're not going to get the role in this fucking movie. And then she, becomes this docile, submissive puppy all of a sudden, because she, for some really, really wants this role in this movie. And listen, it's the way that it is written, it is, it's glossed over, but what Cliff actually does to this person is some vile shit. Like he did. I mean, I don't want to go into the details, but it's just so macabre and so grotesque. Like, it's almost like she's a prisoner, almost a quasi prisoner in a dungeon, and this guy just won't let her leave. It doesn't matter if she doesn't want to be with him. It doesn't matter if she's not in the mood. It doesn't matter if she's sick. Like this dude, is on that psycho level. He is on that psycho level. When he wants to bust a nut, he goes into beast mode, and you gotta read what this guy does to this person. It's crazy. Like, it's almost kidnapping. It's almost imprisonment. It's almost like he keeps her in his apartment as a, sexual slave, basically. But it's almost imprisonment because she kind of wanders around. She likes the freebies and the advantages that she gets by being with this monster, Cliff. But at the same time, her situation is pathetic, because it doesn't matter if she's crying. It doesn't matter if she is, in a terrible state mentally and emotionally. When this guy wants to tap that ass, he's going to have it. And he's going to do it violently, okay, and aggressively. And it's just, wow. Cliff is on that psycho shit, right? And here is where the spell breaks, because in Less Than Zero, we were kind of sympathetic to this young kid that, you know, basically is all alone, surrounded by these superficial people. But now the spell has been broken, and we have seen what Cliff has become, and the cover is spot on. You know, Imperial bedrooms. It makes sense. It makes sense. This guy is a demon in disguise, and when he has the advantage to exploit somebody, I should say, when somebody is at his mercy, his true colors show. He reveals his true face, and it's not a pretty one. It's not a pretty one. This guy is a fucking monster, right? It's crazy. Okay, it's crazy. Yet again, Less Than Zero and Imperial bedrooms are not my favorites. They could have been way better, right? Especially Imperial bedrooms is, you know, a bit meh, in my opinion. But I was surprised because, just like with American Psycho, the best writing is at the end, the last page, the last couple of paragraphs. It's insane. It's like Bret Easton Ellis finally woke up, and he's like, well, I gotta write something with a little more, you know, oomph. And, you know, this last page just comes out of nowhere and just sucker punches you. That's how real it is. That's how raw it is, right? And of course, it is Cliff's monologue, and maybe I can translate it for you, because it caught me by surprise. It was just like, yowza, right? This came out of nowhere. And I said I was gonna translate it, but my fucking edition is in English, so I don't have to translate shit. You know, I completely forgot. But here is what Cliff says in the last page. Okay, so he says this: there are many things Blair doesn't get about me. So many things she ultimately overlooked, and things that she would never know, and there would always be a distance between us because there were too many shadows everywhere. Had she ever made promises to a faithless reflection in the mirror? Had she ever cried because she hated someone so much? Had she ever craved betrayal to the point where she pushed the crudest fantasies into reality, coming up with sequences that only she and nobody else could read, moving the game as you play it? Could she locate the moment she went dead inside? Goddamn. Does she remember the year it took to become that way? The fades, the dissolves, the rewritten scenes, all the things you wipe away. I now want to explain these things to her, but I know I never will. The most important one being, and this is what really caught my eye, okay? So here is what she says. I now want to explain these things to her, but I know I never will. The most important one being, I never liked anyone, and I'm afraid of people. The end. God damn. God damn. This hits hard. This is on that raw shit. Okay? Like this last, I don't know, is it a paragraph or so? A paragraph and a half. It just caught me by surprise, and it was a pleasant surprise. A pleasant surprise. Yet again, Bret Easton Ellis is capable of some amazing writing, but he doesn't really bring his A game to Imperial bedrooms, okay? Because this last paragraph proves it, that he can be an absolute monster, an absolute beast, an absolute genius, but only when he feels like it. Maybe. This is just my interpretation, right? And yet again, with this last paragraph, Cliff, our protagonist, demonstrates yet again that he is extremely self-aware. Self-aware to the point to the point of pure agony, right? Just like American Psycho, if you've read the book or watched the movie, the end, when Bateman has his monologue that is so extremely self-aware. My God, this is some incredible writing here. Incredible writing, yet again. What else can be said, right? Cliff says, the most important one being, I never liked anyone, and I'm afraid of people. But my question is, my question is to this last line and to Cliff is, he never liked anyone and he is afraid of people, period. But the question is, does he like himself? Right? This is a question that needs to be put, and this is the question that needs to be answered, right? Because of course he's kind of a psychopath, right? Psychopaths are usually narcissists, so they usually love themselves, and overestimate themselves. And I'm curious what his answer would be. So he never likes anyone, and he means anyone. He never liked anybody, not his parents, his siblings, his friends, his lovers, nobody, right? And he is mortally afraid of people in general, of course. But did he ever like himself? Does he even like himself at least? Or is he afraid to like himself? Very interesting. Yet again, read the last paragraph. It's crazy. The best writing of this novel is the last paragraph. I never liked anybody and I'm afraid of people. God damn. We needed more of this last paragraph throughout the book. But it is what it is, okay? So this is Imperial Bedrooms. It could have been better. If you want to support your boy, I got a few books on Amazon. The link will be down below. Thanks for watching. Keep reading amazing books and see ya.